Well, we were getting ready to go on a little road trip for this blog, but my son has hidden his shoes somewhere. So now we are turning the house upside down, looking for a tiny pair of shoes. Good times. Not those shoes. Those shoes are too big. So someone, and we're not going to name names, put his shoes where the big people's shoe goes. Found him. Look at that. It's like having a fur coat makes 25 degrees no big deal. Come on, let's go. Yeah, it's going to be a cold one today, so we're just going to go on a road trip. Not planning on going outside or really doing any hiking or anything like that. It's freezing. All right, well, it's a little bit of an intro. This is my wife.
Hello.
And we are going on a little road trip here. As for some background, whoop, speed bump. We live in Connecticut, and we moved here almost 2 years ago. And seemingly on a whim, don't know anyone here, didn't have a job or anything. We simply moved here because we felt we needed a change from where we were, the jobs we were in, and the paths we were taking. We decided we just needed a change, and so pretty much just a dartboard throw, we chose Connecticut for no real good reason, but we've liked it so far. And so after the last 2 years, we've kind of developed a list of our top 5 favorite things about Connecticut. So that's our blog for today. So, but sure, start with the 5 and go to 1, or the first thing we love about Connecticut. 5 things we love. Is it 5 things or top 5? What are we doing?
Top 5 things we love.
5 things we love. That's easy. Number 1.
Okay.
First thing we love about Connecticut.
Mystic.
We love Mystic, Connecticut. And I think in a broader scope, we love the history and kind of the times that are encapsulated in a lot of the small towns. We're actually headed to a town that we're hoping to find some stuff like Essex. But we love Mystic, the old seaport. We love the history. So I think that's kind of a broader answer, that we love the history because we're not used to things being, 250 years old, 300 years old. That's just like houses and buildings and places having a history, a European history at least, of that age. It's ridiculous to us in a way.
We mainly love Mystic because it is a seaport town, and there's cute shops, and one of our favorite restaurants is located in Mystic. And it used to be called the Pita Stop, but it's changed its name to...
I don't remember. But it's a Mediterranean restaurant, so if you go to Mystic, look for a Mediterranean restaurant, you'll find it. It's excellent. Great vegan options there. First thing we love about Connecticut is Mystic and just the history of Connecticut.
That we love about Connecticut, gosh.
I think the weather here.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really experienced a true, what we thought was New England snowstorm yet.
Maybe one.
There's been some, this year was pretty intense. There was about 12 inches of snow. But so far we haven't experienced that Norman Rockwell snow experience. But the weather is nice. It's definitely a change from Oklahoma, where we're from, which is hot and humid.
And along with the weather is the fall here. I think maybe that's what I was going for, is that, it is, for me especially growing up, I lived in Oklahoma my whole life, and fall there is very quick and short. The trees kind of change color quickly, and then everything goes brown. All the grass dies, all the leaves fall off the tree, and that's it. But the colors of the leaves here, if you've lived here all your life, you kind of start to take it for granted. That's what I've gathered. But for us, the fall here, I'll show you some pictures here real quick of the foliage that we've seen, and it's just incredible. And So we love the fall here. So that was one of the things that attracted us to New England was, the picturesque fall, and the trees, and, all that stuff.
There's a great, I don't know if we include this in our top 5, but there is a great area to see the fall foliage during September, October in Meriden, Connecticut, which is Castle Craig.
In Hubbard Park.
In Hubbard Park, which is the same architect who did Hubbard Park, also did Central Park in New York City. So, little side note for you. Top 3. It's a hard one. I like that everyone is open to a vegan diet here. More of a plant-based diet.
Yeah, there's definitely more acceptance and open-mindedness here for just in general more. Alternative lifestyles seems to be a pretty heavy label to use, but just to people being different and being okay with that you can be, someone's vegan, oh, okay, that's normal, people are that, that's, the LBGT community here. Connecticut's been a long time been a pioneer in terms of legislation and stuff for that. So it's been a very open community for, the open community as it were. But, so there's the general, so much more tolerance here. And it's something we didn't notice a lot until we moved away from Oklahoma. How sheltered and seemingly intolerant they were, but I think that's a different discussion, different video. We're talking about Connecticut, so okay. Well, maybe I'll take back that number 3 because I just thought of a good one. Okay.
So we live in between Boston and New York. We haven't been to Boston yet, but we've been to Salem. We've been to New York City many times, and so coming from Texas and Tom really coming from Oklahoma, it takes forever to travel to the next state over. Where in Connecticut, it only takes about 2 hours to get to Massachusetts or Rhode Island or New York, Vermont.
New Hampshire. It's all the closeness of everything, just how accessible everything is. Because when you grow up in the South and in the Midwest, especially like from where we are, New York is just a completely different world. You see New York in the movies, and you see, it's almost just like unreal to you. It's not a real place, because you rarely know anyone, who goes to Oklahoma. Very few people do, and if you grow up in a conservative or, sheltered environment, like New York is practically an evil place that you don't go to New York City. It's so strange that stigma sticks around, that it's based off of, a history of, the kind of, New York from the 70s, kind of the ghettos and things like that. Like, people have this image that, that's what all of New York is like, nothing but gangs and violence, and you're going to get pickpocketed, and everyone's rude and this, that, but, I don't know. It's so awesome to us. We love going to New York. Now, granted, we generally go to kind of the touristy areas. We don't have to live in New York, and so we can just leave after a couple days. But just the closeness that you can go anywhere. I'm still amazed moving here to meet people here in Connecticut who have rarely left Connecticut or even the city they live in here. That they just don't go exploring. There's so much in Connecticut to see, and I'm just amazed that people don't take advantage of that.
That is true. So that's New York's great. We've been, I feel like 5 times. Pretty sure I was doing that.
So that was number 3.
Okay, number 3.
Now number 4, a 4th thing we love.
4th thing.
Opportunity for, I think it's a better place to raise our kids for what we want. I mean, we only have 1 child right now, but we're hoping for, I think, 1 more, planning for anyways. But it seems for what we want, the opportunities we want, it seems like a great place to raise a child. A lot of people from Oklahoma will tell you, oh, Oklahoma's a great place to raise a family, great place. And I think that's just a matter of opinion or a perspective, because it's a great place to raise a family a certain way. But for things that we want for Atticus, our son, the schools here, all throughout, starting in preschool on up through the universities that are here, are so much better than they are in, options that we had in most other places. Some of the highest rated schools are here in Connecticut.
I agree with that.
And plus, we being close to New York City, Broadway, the arts programs, things like that. Plenty of people can get starts in, schools and companies and stuff here in Connecticut that can lead them to New York City. I'm not saying I want to force our son into, musical theater, but, just the options for the arts and things like that are what have kept us here. All right, and so for number 5, we kind of hemmed and hawed over this, trying to figure out what we should do number 5 to be, and we decided that number 5 is the, things to do and the places to see. And so we're just going to list off some of our favorite places to go and see. And so, we've, go ahead.
Well, we kind of touched on Mystic, Connecticut, and, we love the old shops there, the aquarium, the seaport town. It's really cool. We've touched on Castle Craig, which we, take family to when there's fall foliage.
Yeah, it's the stop.
It's the fall stop. Lyman's Orchard is also a go-to during the fall.
Let's see. We've also, the Farmington River Valley and Avon, all that stuff. It's just gorgeous, in the pretty much all year round, every season. Every season's different and unique, but amazing. The U.S. Naval Submarine Museum in Groton.
It's a cool free thing to do. And Gillette Castle basically was built by was he a filmmaker?
He was an actor. He was famous for being one of the first,
Sherlock
or at least,
Holmes.
the first famous Sherlock Holmes actor in the early days of film.
And he built this castle manor out of stone.
Out of local stone overlooking the Connecticut River. That's pretty amazing.
So and we're going to Essex, and apparently this is a very cute, quaint old town with a haunted cemetery.
Oh, Old Weathersfield.
Old Weathersfield is also a good one.
Yeah, I love the old, original. I mentioned some of my ancestors being from there. You can go find all of their gravestones, as well as some of the houses that even they lived in, built in the 1600s, are still there. And as well, there's a lot of Victorian homes there, so there's great architecture and home stuff there. There's
And
a lot of
ideally,
history.
I think that we would love to own an old colonial home, but probably not want to keep up with the maintenance.
Yeah, we go back and forth about that, but we love having the options for things like that here.
Right.
So, I think that's 5 things we love about Connecticut. Some broad, some specific. But, we're headed to Essex, so we'll bring you along for that. And when we get there, we'll show you some of that too.
Okay, so this is Essex. It's cute, old New England town. Some of these houses were built in the 1700s. There's one for sale. This is cool. Too bad it's freezing.
That one's for sale.
Let's just buy that one.
Oh,
It's like $1 million. This one is for sale, and it was built in 1803. $17.99 across. Okay, so this is the Griswold Inn, which is one of the oldest. Here, which is one of the oldest buildings in
This is
Connecticut.
1776.
And we're coming up on the river. It's so beautiful.
Very, very windy, as you can tell.
Yeah. So we are driving through a cemetery in Essex, which overlooks the river. Very creepy. Alright guys, I've been chosen by my husband to send us off, so I hope you liked our journey. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hope everyone has a great weekend, and thank you so much.